Your body is not betraying you, it is asking. Most people blame age, food, or lack of motivation entirely. But the real culprit might be something far simpler. You stopped walking enough, and your body noticed immediately. Not running, not lifting, not punishing workouts, just walking. The moment sitting becomes your default, something quiet shifts. Your biggest muscles go silent, unused, slowly forgetting their purpose. Blood sugar lingers longer than it ever should. Circulation slows down, joints stiffen, oxygen flow weakens gradually. Stress hormones overstay their welcome inside your bloodstream daily. This decline feels normal because it happens so slowly. You wake up tired, stiff, foggy, and strangely unmotivated. You assume this is simply what getting older means. But what if your body isn't broken at all? What if it's only waiting for one signal? That signal is movement, and walking delivers it perfectly. Today we explore 10 things walking daily can change. Number 7 explains why people feel younger within weeks. Let's begin with something hiding inside every meal you eat. 1. Your blood sugar finally stops working against you. Most people assume only the pancreas controls blood sugar levels, but your muscles play a much bigger role too. Skeletal muscle is the largest site for glucose disposal. Every contraction acts like a hungry glucose-burning engine running. This process barely needs insulin to work effectively. That's why walking matters more than people usually realize. After eating, carbohydrates break down into glucose immediately. Your pancreas releases insulin to manage that sudden rise. But sitting all day means muscles barely use energy. Glucose lingers in your blood instead of being used. Over years, your cells slowly become resistant to insulin. This marks the early stages of metabolic dysfunction forming. Walking changes this story the moment you start moving. Leg muscles contract rhythmically, activating special glucose transport proteins. These proteins, called GLUT4, pull sugar straight into muscles. Glucose finally has somewhere useful and productive to go. This is why a short walk after meals helps. Even 15 minutes can soften the typical sugar spike. Over time, these small shifts create lasting metabolic improvements. Lower blood sugar means your pancreas works far less. Lower insulin means your body stores less stubborn fat. Walking doesn't just burn calories, it improves efficiency entirely. And that efficiency quickly begins influencing your brain too. 2. Your brain starts functioning the way it should. Have you noticed your best ideas rarely arrive at desks? Instead, they appear while walking, showering, or simply moving. That's not coincidence. Your brain behaves differently while moving. Scientists once believed adult brains were essentially fixed forever. Now we understand the brain remains remarkably adaptable always. This adaptability is called neuroplasticity, and movement strengthens it. As you walk, your heart pumps oxygen-rich blood upward. That circulation feeds attention, memory, and clear, focused thinking. But blood flow alone doesn't explain everything happening here. Walking increases a protein called brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF. Think of BDNF as fertilizer nourishing your existing brain cells. It strengthens connections and supports new neural pathway growth. This matters most inside the hippocampus, your memory's command center. This explains why active people often stay mentally sharp. Walking keeps muscles moving and keeps your brain adaptable. There's another effect many notice long before memory improves. Ever solved a stubborn problem halfway through a walk? Researchers say rhythmic movement reduces mental overload almost instantly. Constant screens trap your brain in analytical, exhausting mode. Walking shifts that environment into something calmer and freer.
Brain networks begin communicating more openly and creatively again. That's why thinkers like Steve Jobs preferred walking meetings. Walking isn't a break from thinking, it's better thinking. And a sharper brain influences something deeper, your stress response. 3. Your body finally stops living inside survival mode. Modern life creates stress your ancestors rarely truly experienced. Emails, traffic, deadlines, none of these threaten your survival, yet your brain reacts as if danger is present. Cortisol and adrenaline rise, preparing muscles for sudden action. Long ago, that action meant running, climbing, or fighting. Today, it usually means sitting motionless in front of screens. Your brain says move, but your body stays frozen. That mismatch quietly damages your long-term physical health. Elevated stress hormones push your body toward pure survival. Sleep weakens, hunger increases, fat storage becomes easier overall. This explains why stress and stubborn belly fat connect. Walking interrupts this cycle the moment you start moving. Your nervous system finally receives confirmation that action happened. Slowly, your body shifts toward calmer, parasympathetic recovery states. Breathing slows, heart rate steadies, muscle tension gently releases. Many notice feeling calmer, but the change runs deeper. Lower cortisol supports better sleep, mood, and hormonal balance. Blood pressure becomes easier to manage over consistent time. Appetite stabilizes once stress stops dictating every food choice. Even testosterone levels may benefit from reduced chronic stress. But perhaps the greatest benefit is purely psychological distance. Problems feel lighter after 20 minutes spent simply walking. Nothing changed externally, yet your nervous system completely shifted. Once survival mode fades, your heart begins changing too. 4. Your heart becomes stronger by working far smarter. People imagine heart health requires brutal, exhausting cardio sessions, but your heart often needs efficiency, not extreme intensity. Walking raises your heart rate just enough to help. This gentle effort is called Zone 2 cardiovascular exercise. You can still talk comfortably while your heart works. Inside your arteries, something remarkable quietly begins happening daily. Blood flowing faster creates gentle friction called shear stress. That friction signals arteries to release beneficial nitric oxide. Nitric oxide relaxes blood vessels, making them flexible again. Your heart no longer pumps as forcefully to deliver oxygen. This supports healthier blood pressure and circulation system-wide. Every organ depends on this steady, reliable blood supply. Your brain thinks clearer, muscles perform better, kidneys filter efficiently. Walking's biggest strength is simply how sustainable it remains. Most demanding workouts require recovery days and specialized equipment. Walking requires neither, allowing daily repetition without significant burnout. Your body improves not through one workout, but thousands. That's why long-living populations rarely rely on gym memberships. They walk to markets, gardens, neighbors, woven into daily life. While your heart strengthens, another structure quietly benefits too. 5. Your joints don't wear out from regular movement. People avoid walking, fearing damage to fragile, aging knees. But joints aren't machines, they're living, adaptive, biological tissue. Cartilage, the cushion inside joints, has almost no blood supply. Instead, movement acts like a pump nourishing that tissue. Each step compresses cartilage, pushing out old fluid waste. Releasing pressure draws fresh fluid carrying oxygen back inward. Without that cycle, joints stiffen, especially after long stillness. This explains why sitting too long leaves you feeling stiff. Of course, injuries or arthritis require professional medical guidance, always, but for most healthy adults, gentle movement supports joint health. Walking also strengthens muscles surrounding hips, knees, and ankles.
Stronger muscles absorb force that would otherwise stress joints. Consistency matters more than occasional, intense bursts of exercise. While joints grow resilient, Your immune system quietly improves too. 6. Your immune system begins working far more efficiently. People only think about immunity once they catch illness, but movement supports immunity long before any symptoms appear. This connects to the lymphatic system, your body's cleanup network. Unlike blood, lymph fluid has no dedicated pump like heart's. Instead, muscle contractions push lymph fluid steadily upward continuously. Calf muscles are sometimes called the body's secondary pump. Without movement, lymph circulation slows, becoming noticeably less efficient overall. Walking keeps that internal traffic flowing smoothly and consistently. Better lymph flow removes waste, supporting cleaner internal environments. Chronic low-grade inflammation links to many serious health conditions. Walking doesn't cure inflammation, but supports healthier inflammatory markers. This explains why walkers often feel more energetic overall. But another benefit appears quickly, showing up at bedtime. 7. You start sleeping better without consciously trying harder. People chase better sleep through curtains, teas, and supplements, but sleep quality often begins with daytime movement habits instead. Your body follows an internal clock called circadian rhythm. Walking outdoors exposes your eyes to natural morning daylight. That light helps synchronize when you feel awake versus tired. Movement also builds sleep pressure, a natural craving for rest. People who sit all day often feel mentally exhausted, yet their bodies remain strangely wired and unable to sleep. Walking realigns mental exhaustion with physical restorative tiredness properly. Lower cortisol also supports healthier melatonin production at night. Many walkers fall asleep faster and wake feeling refreshed. Sleep is when muscle recovery and memory consolidation happen. Walking and sleep strengthen each other in a powerful cycle. But the biggest transformation appears after months of repetition. 8. Your body becomes remarkably better at burning fat. Many assume walking burns too few calories to matter, but walking teaches your body something more valuable entirely. Your metabolism can run on either carbohydrates or stored fat. This flexibility, called metabolic flexibility, often weakens through inactivity. Sitting too much teaches your body to rely on glucose. Fat becomes something stored rather than something actively used. Walking relies heavily on fat oxidation during longer sessions. You're training your body to access stored energy efficiently. Inside your cells, mitochondria adapt to this consistent demand. These tiny power plants become better at producing energy. This explains why regular walkers often report increased daily energy. Walking sustainability matters because intense programs often get abandoned. Consistency, not intensity, ultimately determines long-term metabolic improvement results. And these consistent signals eventually influence how your body ages. 9. You may slow down how quickly your body ages. Aging is inevitable, but its pace depends on daily choices. Chronic inflammation quietly contributes to many age-related health conditions. Walking supports healthier blood sugar, stress, sleep, and circulation. Together, these changes create a less stressful cellular environment. Scientists also study telomeres, protective caps on your chromosomes. These caps naturally shorten slightly every time cells divide. Active lifestyles are linked to longer, better preserved telomere length. Walking doesn't stop aging, but it supports healthier aging. You're not fighting time, you're giving cells a chance. Health isn't built through dramatic changes happening all at once. It's built through thousands of small, repeated daily decisions. And this consistency eventually changes more than just your body.
10. The habit that quietly transforms everything around you. Walking doesn't change your body through one perfect workout. It changes everything because it becomes sustainable and repeatable. Most fitness programs depend entirely on unreliable daily motivation. Habits work differently, requiring far less mental negotiation eventually. You simply walk, without debating whether you feel motivated. This creates momentum that naturally influences other healthy choices. People who walk often drink more water without realizing. They spend more time outdoors and eat more mindfully. One positive decision quietly reinforces the next decision easily. This mirrors patterns found in the world's longest living communities. These communities rarely follow structured workout programs or schedules. Instead, movement is simply woven naturally into everyday life. They walk to visit friends, gardens, markets, and neighbors. Physical activity isn't separate, it's simply part of identity. Health isn't built through extraordinary effort happening occasionally. It's built through ordinary actions repeated with real consistency. You don't need perfect weather, equipment, or advanced fitness levels. You simply need to take that very first step. Every walk sends signals to muscles, brain, heart, and metabolism. It tells your future self that your health matters. Most people underestimate what one single walk accomplishes, but few imagine what 1,000 consistent walks become. Your body listens closely to everything you do daily. Every meal, every night of sleep, every step matters. Walking may never feel as dramatic as intense workouts. That's precisely why it remains so quietly powerful long term. It's simple enough to repeat and gentle enough to sustain. Real transformation isn't built through dramatic, temporary, short-lived changes. It's built through small decisions repeated until they define you. So don't worry about perfect distance, pace, or timing. Just start exactly where you currently are right now. Walk around your neighborhood, after dinner, or during breaks. Then simply repeat that same small action again tomorrow. Months from now, you won't remember any single walk, but your body will remember every single one perfectly.